Hello and welcome to another episode of Love, Life, and Light. I'm your host, Kayla Linez, founder, photographer, and storyteller of KNO Photography. I'm so glad to have you hear me today, ready to dive into the beauty of love, spirituality, and personal growth. Today, I have with me
Elana. Hi, guys. Hi.
and what do you do? What is your normal day job, Elena?
My normal day job as a okay. First of all, I want to say I'm sorry if you hear a dog in the background. My normal day job, it consists of me helping and making others look and feel good. I love to do hair. I'm a hairstylist. I just got finished with school. Pretty excited. But yeah, that's my normal day job, and I love it. I love it.
And I understand that you were working on to become an entrepreneur yourself, correct?
Yes, that is a long road ahead of me that I am willing and ecstatic to take. Honestly, it's a lot of work, but once you buckle down into it and get to it with what you really want in life, and if you're really passionate about it, you're able to accomplish anything, even being an entrepreneur. It's a lot of work, but best believe I love it.
Yeah, so I would just like to know, as a fellow entrepreneur, just what inspired you to start your journey, especially with you being in the cosmetology and hair business. What inspired you to start that whole journey, and how did you know that you were on the right path?
It was the funny thing is, I didn't want to do this at first. I did not want to do this at first. I wanted to be in the medical field. I studied over trauma surgery, radiology, gynecology, any possible part of medical field you thought of. I stuck with radiology for a good part. And to be honest, once I found out I'll be working under somebody, I was like, oh no. No. You want me to work for somebody else? No. What really inspired me would honestly be my auntie, but there was one lady in particular who used to do my hair and my grandma's hair, and I used to go there almost every 2 weeks, every Saturday, normal, get your hair done, this, that, and the third. But after seeing her doing all the different hairstyles and just watching her cut, color, apply like chemical relaxers, perms, all those, I was just like, dang, that's actually nice. You're literally enjoying your time, talking to people, having fun, can take a break whenever. Yeah, as hairstylists, we are busy. So taking a break whenever, inevitable. But it's a good thing whenever it happens. But she honestly inspired me to just sit back and realize what I wanted in life was a great life for myself. And in order for me to do that, I have to get out there and not necessarily put myself into her footsteps, but follow her footsteps to how she got to where she was.
Yeah, and funny thing is, me and Elena met in college. Well, we knew each other through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, Elena came up to me first. We were both in choir, just in different high schools. And our high schools met for a competition. She just walked up to me out of nowhere, and then she disappeared for like a year.
Listen, here's the I want people to take from that is always remember a face and a name.
Yeah.
No matter what at the end of the day, because you don't know what that person can help you accomplish through life, no matter if it's like through career or mentally or just having that friend there. And meeting Kayla, I can tell you, she helped me with a lot of stuff mentally through life and just helped me get to where I wanted to be and help me create that path and just mentally realizing before I can get to where I want to be, I have to be there mentally. And she helped me with that, and I appreciate you for that.
And you know what, I agree. We talked about spirituality in my podcast, and we've talked about self-love. We talked about our last, I think, episode, we talked about forgiveness. Mm-hmm. So when you transition from working from someone else to becoming your own boss, is that spirituality comes into that, you know? Like I said, we both did not start in the profession that we wanted to do. I wanted to be fashion merchandising, remember?
Right. I was gonna go for fashion merchandising. And I was gonna go for medical. Complete return. There's no for fashion merchandising.
And it's just so, but when we both started, we're like, you know what? I want to do what God calls me to do. It's like the minute we change that mindset from I want to do what I want to like, actually, what do you want me to do?
Oh, girl, and listen, that was the thing. I asked him that. As soon as I asked him that, he said, okay, well, since you asked me, let me just let you go ahead and jump into it. We already started it. I didn't realize how hard it would be.
And we're always like, God, are you sure?
Literally, excuse me, over there second guessing, doubting myself. And that's what I learned throughout my whole entire journey of being in cosmetology school. I have to stop doubting myself and realize just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean that I have to sit up here and be like, oh, I can't do it. Do it better.
And that's what I like to go into our next question. Because we know when you start up your own business or in that journey, obviously fear and self-doubt comes into play, like with anything. But how do you overcome that? Well, what was your process?
For me, I'm not gonna lie, there was a lot of tears. A lot of tears, I was truthfully like, I don't think I can do it. Now, I even told myself I don't think I can do it, but it got to a point to where I realized I don't only want better for myself. I want better for my family in the future. I want better for my kids. I want better for my parents. I want better for everybody. And if I need to do that, I have to just put my foot down and say, I might mess up, I might fail, but that doesn't necessarily portray who I am. I'm not a failure. I'm not a, the bad word is the F up. That's because I don't know if I'm not going to cuss because I don't know if I can cuss. But
please don't cuss.
I am the fudge up. That is what I am. I am not, I had to remind myself, I'm not that, I'm better than that, I'm stronger than that. And I was just, from there, it was up. Yeah, I had my moments where I stumbled, but I had to remember everybody stumbles. Everybody messes up. Everybody has that one point in life to where they feel like, okay, I don't think I can get through. When in fact you can. It's just, are you willing to get through it?
Yeah.
That's the whole part. You can. Are you willing to? Do you have the discipline? Do you have the energy? Do you have the drive? Do you have the will? If this is what you really want, you got to push yourself for it, no matter how hard or how long it's going to take.
And my mentor says this all the time, and because I go through the same thing. I get fears about money, and I had a business before, didn't go well, so I'm just essentially doing that again. So I have certain fears and self-doubt, and he always says, Kayla, you might not want to hear this, but when you feel like this, it means you're about to meet your breakthrough.
And that is true, and he is right about that, because when I tell you that I had so much before, for those who don't know, when you go to hair school, yeah, we graduate, but after we literally have to take another 2 tests in order to get our license. So before, like after school and everything, once it got to my testing, when I tell y'all, I cried before both tests. Cried, bawled for like a good 2.3 seconds and said, okay, let's do this. and that comes from me saying it's okay to feel fear, but for that moment, don't let it overcome you. Don't let it just take control of everything, because that's when in life it's truly just going to be like, dang, I just let it just fall. But don't do that. And also, don't care about what other people say. Okay?
That's the important thing.
That is the important thing. Don't care about what other people say, and do not compare yourself in this industry with becoming an entrepreneur. Because there are a lot of people out there that say, oh, I'm going to do the same thing, I'm going to do it better. And then once you start to compare and contrast, you're just like, oh, but they're doing it better than me. Their work looks better than mine. And I had to realize, they've been doing this for how long? I just got here. Relax. You'll get there. You'll be even better. Some people pop off immediately. Some people, it takes time. It's a roller coaster. You never know how long it's going to take, but you know you got to put through that energy for it.
I agree, because when I got back into photography, it's like I studied photography for like a good 2 years with my mentor before opening my own business. But just because you open a business, it don't mean it's smooth sailing.
Girl,
Because now it's like now the real work begins.
the real work begins, like literally. And I tell girls that, like, excuse me, when it comes to coming out of hair school, you can immediately go to a salon or immediately have your own studio. I don't mind doing both, but dang it, the smart way to go is learning from others first, having other people help you, realizing, okay, it's gonna take time. Okay, you know, my braids don't look good like her braid. Or, hey, maybe that picture turned out a little bit blurry. But what we find blurry and raggedy is what somebody else will find beautiful and clean, you know? And people just have to realize that throughout our industry of being entrepreneurs, just because one person doesn't like it does not mean somebody else will love it.
Yeah.
And we just have to give ourselves that extra push, that extra confidence, and not be scared and not be afraid. It's all easier said than done, but put yourself out there. Make yourself uncomfortable when you are comfortable so you can grow. Don't be scared.
No, because you're gonna have fear, you know, but when you overcome that, it's like anyone could tell you anything, but you're at this point where like I still got this though.
Yes, yes. But I tell you, girl, cry the tears, but remember, I got this.
Because people told me some things, and I was like, it hurt me, but at the end of the day, I was like, because God is in my corner, God got my back, and
Ooh,
God never steered me away before.
right. Make him your main source, and I promise he will grow so much more than what you thought he would. It might take time, because I didn't learn. It's on his timing and not mine. I learn it. I'm impatient, but I'm learning.
So moving on, as we're like in a good conversation about, you know, God having our corner, what were some intentional steps that you took that it made your dreams and goals into reality?
Ooh, intentional. I can give you intentional and unintentional. Let's start with the intentional. I say intentionally. I had to quit my job when I first started off school because I realized the school that I went to, it didn't have part-time. Well, it had part-time for like 20 minutes. And then I got a call back saying, oh yeah, we're no longer part-time. Sorry to give you the news. You're going to have to switch to full-time. And I was just like, if this is what I really want, I got to make sacrifices and I got to do it. It has to happen. I can grow. It'll get better sooner or later, but I had to take that step, and sacrifices is what I learned that throughout my whole entire time of growing and wanting to actually take a step into my career, that I have to make those sacrifices when it comes to friends, family, lifestyle, what I'm doing in life. I have to stop things. I have to bend my own rules. I have to say no in moments I don't really want to.
Yeah.
All intentional sacrifices is to better myself so I can have a better life for myself and my family. And that's the part that sucks. It hurts the most because you want to be out there and have fun with your friends, go out, probably go to clubs, drink, smoke, do this, all the third. But in reality, if you really want it, you have to make those sacrifices.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I just had like 2 weekends that I was free for my birthday. But then in March, people are like, hey, you got time to do this, you got time to do that? And I said, no,
No,
I don't have time.
later.
Like my parents want to go to a trip or something. Like the past couple of years when I was in college,
Mm-hmm.
I was definitely not busy. I was really busy. I'd have free time. And even more now, I was like, listen, you had me in February. After this, I'm like really busy. I have no time. Can I see you? No, you
No,
can't
you.
see me.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm so sorry. I'm just busy, and that's where it also lies in intentionally getting rid of friends.
Yeah.
And that's the part that sucks too, because you realize you're either not on the same path anymore, or they're not willing to let you grow and move on, and they're actually becoming that weight rather than that feather, and allowing you to float away and do what you need to do. And that sucks, but sometimes with us wanting to grow and us being the people in the entrepreneur community will do and should understand losing friends and family is going to hurt for the moment, but it's to better yourself. And sooner or later, they're going to understand. And if they don't, that's fine.
Oh
They
yeah.
didn't play that role of them needing to be there in your life in the first place. And you got to take those intentional steps and be like, I got to do what I got to do.
Because the people that will support you, they'll understand.
Yeah.
Like my mom, she understand. I'd be like, hey, I'm not coming home for a few, for weekends because I'm gonna be busy. And she understand 100%.
And that's a good thing to have that support system. Always have a good, strong support system, even if it's just you or just one other person. It helps out a lot, to be honest. Mainly, I go, listen, I go to God. Okay. It's a simple, I got some questions to ask you, sir. I just need, a little push, a little encouragement. Help me with my patience if you can do that. But always make them your main source, and always have a good shoulder to lean on when you feel like you can't make it. You feel like you can't just sit up there and you just need to cry. Do it. Because the more you keep that stuff in and you're working on your own, it's going to build up. And eventually it'll affect your work in all of its ways.
But I think one thing that people kind of like raise questions to is like financially and financial success, right?
Yeah.
Like how do you navigate that? Because I know for me, I also quit my job. um, a lot of sweat equity is coming into play,
Yeah.
but um, but like when you chase money, it's just you're not gonna feel spiritually fulfilled. And I opened my business, loving others and promoting love through photography. But I know financially it's going to come into the back end. But like, how do you navigate that? Because I know for me, it's all about, trusting God spiritually. I do have a side job here and there. So I'm doing more than one things right now. But chasing something spiritually, it's like you have to switch your mindset when you think about finances. So how do you come about that?
I come about it, to be honest, I combine it. Yeah, I ask God to, help me out. I pray this, that, and third. I combine it all into one, because spirituality and financially putting those together, they both involve discipline. You want to get to where you want in life with God, you gotta be disciplined. You gotta put your foot down on some things that you shouldn't be doing. You want to get to where you want in life with a better bank account, you gotta put your foot down, do some stuff you shouldn't be, get rid of stuff you shouldn't be doing. You see this in the store and you know it's not in your budget, you can't get it. Or you're at the register and you know you're over budget. Don't be afraid to just put it back. Heck, I bet you the person behind you can't afford what they got in their basket. I'm not worried about what that person thinks. They are not coming home with me. I didn't ride with them. They didn't ride with me. They're not paying my bills. They don't even know me. I don't know them. I don't care what Billy Bob think of what I can and can't pay for. Hey, I'm gonna get with what I got. Okay. If I don't have it, I don't have it. And that's what I learned throughout life. If I don't got it, I don't got it. Simple as that. And then also save. Because I don't know for the photography community, but for the hairstylist community, we get paid up front. Like I'm asking for my money first. I'm gonna give you what you want. You got an issue with it? I refund you. Do what I gotta do. But after I get that money in my pocket, I have to be responsible and know, okay, I got $200 for doing a hairstyle. I can either spend it, go get some money, go shopping this, that, and the third, or I can save this 200, get my other clients for the rest of the day, put that up, do the same thing next week, then pay myself. Also, put the money into my business, put my other money aside, spread out your money so that way you won't have it all in one place.
Yeah, I have a personal account. I also have a business checking. I have a savings account in my personal. And what I was taught too is it takes, and it's really important for entrepreneurs to know, it takes 3 years for a business to be sustainable. You're taking 3 years to build your clientele, your branding, your marketing. So that means you got to live like a college kid for 3 years.
It's really, honestly, and I learned that when I started school. She said, yeah, when it comes to the hair field, you're not gonna pop off automatically. You're gonna invest in yourself for the first 2 years, and then after that, the next upcoming years is when all your money gonna roll in. You're gonna spend half part of your life saving up so you can live and feel comfortable. It's not gonna come automatically. Girl, when I heard it, I was heartbroken. It's like, oh,
Me too. I'm like, what you mean?
where am I going? What am I doing? But as my time went on and I went into school, when I was in school, I didn't get paid. They didn't pay me to be in school. I got tips. But what really paid me was me doing hair on the side, my clients coming in, me taking special clients up at the nursing home, doing my family and friends hair. That's how I made my money on the side. It's just after a while, I realized what she meant by I'm investing in myself. Because the school didn't provide most of my hair products. I mean, they had some, but most of the girls up there, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I ain't gonna say the school because it's my business. But up there, they took the products. They stole the products or the tools. So I myself had to take my tips, the money I made from doing hair, this, that, and the third, and invest in myself, buy my tools, buy my products. And after a while, I realized, oh, I get what she meant, but I always keep them receipts.
Definitely.
If you're an entrepreneur, keep your receipts, because that right up at the end of the year will help add on to what you're trying to save up for in your business. And also investing, not only investing to yourself, but investing in other companies. That's how we're going to grow together rather than just alone.
Yeah, because also expect to pay Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
He gonna try to take that money, but listen, when I say keep them receipts,
your accountant will thank you, actually.
Really, your accountant will love you. And keep them in order. Keep them in order.
And another important thing to know is the Google Drive is free. So simply tracking your thing in Excel. Like when I get clients that book, I request deposits up front, and then they'll pay the other half at the end. And then if they wanted to purchase additional images and stuff, they do that. But I track everything in Excel, like the dates, if it was cash or check or Venmo, the person, what was it for? Like I track all that in Excel.
I do that, especially when it comes to I did that for school for my inventory for all my products. How much did I spend? How much did I get? How much do I have left over? What do I need to rebuy? Who all paid? Who all tipped? Who all said they wanted to reschedule? Excel is great for a lot of things, but I've recently, me being in the hair business, I've switched over to, I started with Gloss Genius, but now I'm switching over to Vagaro. I think that's how you say it. I'm not, but either one of them, I like them both. Gloss Genius was good, but I think Vagaro is a lot better.
When I was in college, I took a class entirely on QuickBooks. I used to work for my dad as the secretary, and they use QuickBooks, and the nonprofit I volunteer here, they also use QuickBooks. So QuickBooks seemed to be the way to go. So I've been
We'll use QuickBooks. I'm gonna have to look into it because I kind of want to get into it with like my whole accounting thing, keeping track of my money when it comes to the business. I'm gonna have to look into it for myself because I heard that it's good, and also I heard of it on the Kardashians.
You know, if the Kardashians say it, you know it's true.
Listen, if the Kardashians use it, I'll use it too. Okay, I'm trying to get it to their level.
And last thing I'd like to ask you for like just what's one piece of advice you like to give to someone who's currently struggling to take that first step towards their dream?
Okay, I'm gonna have to censor it.
I went deep with my question.
Mine is simple. Simple, simple, simple. I'm gonna censor it. Get the stuff done. No matter what, look at me. When you look at me, get it done. No matter what it is, no matter what you want in life, get it done. Don't care if nobody's trying to block you. Don't care if saying I ain't got the funds. I don't care if you don't have the patience, the mentality. If you really want it and if you're really passionate for it, get it done. And also do it with passion. Do it with love. Because once you realize that you're doing everything that you love with love, it's going to turn out 10 times, not even 10 times, 1,000 times better than what you expect. Because people can feel our work is shown in our energy, and people don't realize that. You can have an off day as a photographer and wondering, oh, why do they not look right? What's going on? But throughout that whole entire time, you're aggravated, irritated, or sad. And all that energy is going into your photos. And of course, they're not going to be how you want them to turn out because you're not feeling good that day. So always make sure you get it done and be passionate about what you're doing. Don't do it because it's quick money. And believe me, the entrepreneurship field is never quick money. It is never quick money. So if you really want to work for yourself, realize it's gonna be hard. It's going to take a lot. There's going to be tears. There's going to be blood. There's going to be sweat. There's going to be ended relationships, beginning of relationships, ending of friendships, beginning of friendships. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who's around you. The only thing that matters is how you feel when you do it. Mm-hmm. And that's all that matters. Do it with love. Do it with passion. Do it with kindness. And do it because you want to see other people happy, not because you want to see a paycheck.
Because I promise you, in photography, they'll be like the lighting or a pose, they'll be like, oh, I could have done that differently. But to the person, they're like, oh, I look good. I love this photo. And that's what matters is
yes.
With hair and with photography, it's more of a service because we're catering to the client.
Yes.
So if you're thinking about making a quick buck, you're not going to go far in any entrepreneurship industry. But when you're catering with love and passion, you're catering to customer service, that's everything.
Literally everything and anything a customer or a guest could ever ask for is amazing customer service. You give one person that, I can guarantee you'll have 3 other clients right behind that one person. That's all you got to do. Be nice. Be kind. Don't be a forking me.
On that note, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, I want to give a thanks and special shout out again to Elana. Her social media will be below. And if you want to hear more episodes, follow me on Spotify, YouTube, as well as Facebook and Instagram on KNO Photography. And on that note, life is a series of moments. Capture them with love, embrace the light, and trust the bigger picture. Until next time, in love, life, and light.